Bills came in 28th in the league in offensive weapons, ranked by ESPN. I think I saw that yesterday. Your thoughts on that? We're recording this on Wednesday. I did a pod with Bruce Nolan on Tuesday, which will be a part of this episode. What are your thoughts on that? They were 24th in 2024, and now they're 28th. They fall back 4 spots. Are they better or worse than they were last year in terms of offensive weapons?
I think I disagree with it a little bit, only from the sense that Brandon Beane has proven his ability to pivot, right? Like especially at the receiver position. Like go back to Andre Holmes and Kelvin Benjamin, the pivot to the Smurfs and John Brown and Cole Beasley. That worked pretty well in 2019, but it wasn't enough. They needed a guy. They pivoted to Stephon Diggs with that big trade, and obviously Stephon Diggs was a superstar, so that was probably always going to work for them. But I also think what they did last season, after running it without Diggs for the first time and it not working for the most part with Matt Collins leading the show, they traded for Amari Cooper. And I think they saw in a couple of games what it could look like with that skill set, separation ability to win one-on-one against press man. The problem is Amari Cooper is not the same player that he was even 2 years ago. So what they're banking on is their advanced scouts finding a guy in Josh Palmer to fit that specific skill set opposite Keon Coleman to kind of help unlock him. And Elijah Moore is this kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit of a dart throw, right? Like it's a little bit of an unknown. What can he be in this offense? And then they're banking on Dalton Kincaid still being this weapon. And listen to Brandon Beane talk about him all off season. There's some energy behind how he talks about Dalton Kincaid and what he expects from him in year 3. That was one of my big bold predictions. We did an episode a couple days ago. I think we're on the precipice of the Dalton Kincaid breakout season. And I don't know where everybody lands on him. There's some people that are just not believers. They've seen enough over the first 2 seasons where they don't think he's ever going to reach the heights that I think everybody thought he could when they drafted him. But he's got his quarterback in his corner. And I think he's come out and said he's got to do more to get Dalton Kincaid where he needs to be. And I think when you have the MVP talking like that, I'd buy some Dalton Kincaid stock. And so I think you take this room, the everybody eats mantra, Joe Brady in his second full year as OC. I know he took over in 2023 for Dorsey, but this is his second full offseason to make some tweaks, figure some things out. They've added to the room in a couple of different ways that I think are really interesting. And I also think that you have to project a little bit of a year 2 jump for Keon Coleman. I like that. And we still are devaluing Khalil Shakir when we talk about this in this way, ranking them at 20th. He is arguably the best slot receiver in the league. There's only one receiver in the league that had more run after the catch last season than him, and I believe it was Jamar Chase. That's pretty good company, you know? Yeah. So I think that this receiver room will be fine when you have Josh Allen and you have the ability to have different flavors and to build this thing in the way that you want. And let's not forget, the Stephon Diggs experience in a lot of ways motivated the approach at the position room, right? Like they decided to go away from that alpha male that kind of needs the ball even when he's not saying he needs the ball. It's kind of just like this unspoken thing. Right now, they don't have any of that. And I think that that's beneficial on Josh Allen from a playing perspective, but also the mental perspective, not trying to have to appease somebody all the time. You know, Josh Palmer, you've been around him all spring. He's another one of these guys that just probably is going to come in here with no ego and fit in however they need him to fit in. So I want to see how it looks. And listen, there's a lot on the line. I mean, it's been the summer of, or the offseason of wide receiver gate, right? I mean, the Jeremy White, Brandon Beane interaction kind of set the stage for all of this. And Brandon Beane's betting on his philosophy or the philosophy of the group. I think Joe Brady has a piece of this. I think Allen has a piece of this as well. And we'll see if they can't let it ride again and be as successful as they were a year ago.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to, like you said, Kincaid taking that leap in year 3, Coleman taking that leap in year 2, and then everything kind of fitting in around them. I think with Kincaid, it wasn't on just Kincaid last year. As Bruce Nolan pointed out during our conversation, they began to use him a bit differently last year, setting him down the field a bit more, and he and Allen struggled to connect. It's around a 70% catchable target rate, which is the lowest amongst tight ends. And then Keon Coleman on a good trajectory until those injuries hampered him. And I think with the added strength he's put on, I think that can help him with the contested catches, but it can also help him gain some separation, jockeying for position at the top of the route, some sneaky push-offs here and there. I think Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid are really the key to unlocking this offense.